Which one? Mother and father and daughter and son. We gonna learn and plus have fun. Yes indeed, the time has come. Reach out to your neighbor, do something nice, return the favor. It's all good, we all get along. Clap your hands and sing along to the song. Young people, you ain't gotta do wrong. We can all do right, come on.
Bishop moves diagonally, forward and backwards, number of squares. One bishop moves on black, the other on white. One bishop captures on white, one bishop captures on black. One bishop captures on white, one bishop captures on black. Most powerful piece. She controls more squares than the others. Forward, backward, diagonally, any number of squares. Who she cannot jump over pieces, but she can capture.
The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children is the nation's clearinghouse dealing with cases of children who are reported either abducted or missing, and those minors who are sexually exploited. The biggest challenge that the National Center has is the volume of data that we receive. We receive reports from the public, from the internet service provider community, as well as law enforcement reports. So the data is staggering. So in order to make sense out of that, we needed to get systems and programs to help us sift through that data in a timely fashion.
About 3 years ago, we were contacted by Palantir, and the representative said that they thought they had a tool that might be able to help us find missing children. So the information a center gets has come in a number of different sources and different programs of work. And each of those programs was built with a silo mentality in mind, that none of those would cross over to the other side. And so what Palantir allows us to do is bridge those silos of information so that we can make sense and draw links between them.
In our line of work, there's a very real possibility that a sex offender could also be an abductor of a child. And right now, the only way that the analysts can search is by searching in 2 different databases, so performing the search multiple times. Palantir has solved that problem for us because we can, have Palantir sit on top of all of those databases, and they can perform that search in one place.
I use Palantir as a way of making the less obvious obvious, really. It's identifying missing kids, possible individuals they're associated with, ads if there's ads, phone numbers, arrest records. It's bringing all that information to life, really, in a visual form for us.
When we're working on cases, a lot of times they are long-term. We're faced with vast amounts of information coming from multiple different sources. It can literally be thousands upon thousands of pages of information. With Palantir, we're able to easily narrow down or drill down the results that we've gotten to find what is pertinent to who we're looking for.
We've started with our missing children data. We've got our case analysis data in there, and we continue to build this out. So in the near future, the entire back end of NCMEC's data will be in Palantir.
Palantir has created the ability for the National Center to not only address the current challenges, but to foresee new trends and patterns and to anticipate solutions for what lies ahead. So we're no longer playing catch up, we're actually trying to get ahead of the predators.
Important to the game is a bishop. So the way a bishop works is pretty simple because a bishop is an X. Like a knight is an L, a bishop is an X. Just think of it like an alphabet, basically. And the way the bishop works then is that it can move in a diagonal direction for however many squares it wants to. It can move backwards, forwards, and it takes the final square, or the final piece, along any diagonal. So if there was a knight here, the bishop could take the knight, but the bishop can't jump over the knight because the knight itself is the only piece that can ever jump over anything. The way the queen works is that it is a bishop and a rook combined. And by combined, I mean that it can move in either a cross shape or an X shape for however many squares it wants to in any direction. And it takes a piece however far away as long as it is not blocked. Like, for example, if the knight was here, the queen couldn't jump over, just like a bishop couldn't jump over. However, if you wanted to, the queen could take this knight. But if we go back to the first piece then, the pawn, because it moves diagonally in order to capture, would be able to take the queen. Which leads...
You are?
Impa.
Impa.
Yeah.
I'm in trouble. Okay. Okay. I'll just call you Mom. That I can handle.
That's
Okay.
better.
Okay. Alex, why don't you sit down, please? Now, in chess, what you want to try to do at the start is try to bring out your center pawns first. And then what this does, it allows your bishops and your queen to enter the game quickly. In chess, it's these 16 squares at the start that are really the ones that you want to take control of. Now, I'm going to give white, and by the way, I use red pieces only because it's easier to see, but they are white. They just have a bad sunburn. Yes, Alex?
Can I show the bowl thing?
The bowl.
The bowl. The attacking defensive position is just what I aim for.
Well, that one I'm not familiar with, but I know a whole bunch of them. Now, this position, you can bring the knight out, and it's very important you bring your knights to the middle. And the reason for this is pure math. When this knight is sitting here, he's looking at this square, he's looking at this square, he's looking at that square. How many squares is that, Alex?
3.
Okay, now, Leo, you're going to count for me, okay? Now, even though you can't go to all the squares he's looking at, he's looking at this square, that's 1. Knights go 1 to 2 a turn. 1 to 2 a turn. There's another one, that's 2. 3. 4. 5.
6. 7. 8.
Now, Leo, would you rather have 3 choices or 8 choices?
8.
Yeah, of course. Usually that means more pieces you can take, which is good. In chess, the one who usually wins is the one who takes the mostest. Okay, now, the knight is also protecting this pawn. Center pawn's best friend is a knight. And the other knight here would be protecting this guy. It's important to get the big pieces out, not pawns, Michelle. Okay? You only want to use a couple of pawns at the start and then race to get your knights and bishops out. Now, the bishops go up and down the diagonals. I don't happen to like these 2 squares for bishops. Okay? I'm looking at a very weak square. This is called the F pawn. Only the king protects the F pawn. I like this diagonal also because if this person moves their center pawn, 9 for me, 3 for you. I like that game. Okay? Kind of like cookies. Think of it this way. Would you rather have 3 cookies or 9 cookies? Yeah, I'm going to take 9 cookies. Even if I'm not going to eat them all at once because I don't want a tummy ache. But I can have some later, okay? Okay, now, in chess, Leo, you're new to the game. Okay? The queen could have moved farther, of course. But I just moved her out away from a reason. The king can only move 1 square. The important thing in chess, Leo, is that whenever your king is attacked, you're said to be in check. The rule in chess is this. You have to be out of check now. Not later. Now. Okay? Now, normally the king moves 1 square, but there's a special move. It's called castling. If the path between your king and rook is empty, you can go 1, 2, buckle my shoe. That's the only time the rook can jump. The knight's the only piece that can jump over other guys. The rook can't, except in castling. And if the path is clean in this direction, also, the king can go 1, 2, buckle my shoe. Now, this all sounds great, but Michelle, let me ask you a question. You're a nice person, right? Do you think your opponent's going to say, Michelle, since you're a nice person, I'm going to let you make 8 moves in a row? Are they going to do that? No way, right? Even your mommy's not going to let you do that, okay? And she's your mommy. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you a game I played against what is now one of the nation's premier grandmasters. At that time, he was 15 years old. There's an old saying among chess masters, beat them while they're young and often. Because when they get older, they get much better, and they're not so easy to beat. Okay? I had white started with pawn in front of my king. He played his pawn out in front of his king. Now, the first big piece you probably want to bring out is a knight. Knight came out to attack the pawn. He brought out his knight to protect the pawn. So you see, Leo, I could go 1-2 turn, take the pawn. Then he goes 1-2 turn and takes my knight. Good deal? No. So I bring out my pawn to the middle. He takes. Now I could have taken with knight takes pawn. Today that's a very popular move. You see, the white queen protects the knight. This is called the Scotch game. Alex, I'm going to put you on the spot. Guess what country the Scotch game was first played in? Anybody got an idea? You got to know. It was first played in Scotland. Okay? Okay. Now, in fact, the Scotch opening, or the Scotch game, God bless, the Scotch game became very unpopular at the highest levels in the world for many, many years. But then in the year 1990, then world champion Garry Kasparov, okay, the great grandmaster Garry Kasparov, then world champion, played this against the former world champion named Anatoly Karpov, and he beat him. And suddenly every top grandmaster in the world started playing the Scotch game again. I even have it in my repertoire. But what I was trying to do here was not play the Scotch game, but rather play a thing called the Scotch Gambit. I'm going to give him my pawns for a brief period of time while I'm bringing out my big piece, and he's wasting time taking my pawns. He brought out his knight to attack my pawn, and I castled. Point is, if he takes the pawn, there are no pawns on this spot, what we call a file. This is called the E file, that's called the D file. You can work on the rest of the things. But very quickly I could have pinned his knight to his king, absolutely. Okay, pleasure having you here. Okay, now. Okay, so in this position, my opponent, instead of taking the pawn, which I was like, hello, sweet focus, instead of taking my pawn, okay, which was bait. You know what bait is for, right? Yeah, you put a worm on a hook, you throw it in the water, big old fish comes swimming along.
And eat the worm, and you pull it.
And you know what happens to the fish who was thinking dinner? He becomes dinner. Okay, in fact, when I was in college, my brother called me one time on the telephone and said, hey, I went fishing in the ocean for the first time. And I said, well, how'd you do it? He goes, oh, I caught one fish. I'm sorry to hear that. I go, what did you catch? He goes, a 425-pound blue marlin. What? A 425-pound blue marlin. And believe it or not, my brother had caught, because my father came to the phone and said, yeah, I don't believe it myself. He said, we mounted the fish and put it on the wall. That fish was as long as that table. Okay? And they get even bigger than that, Alex. Okay, well anyways, he did not take my pawn, which was bait. Okay? Instead, he brought out his bishop. Okay, if you're not going to take my pawn, I'm going to attack the knight, or what I like to say, kick the pony. Okay? That's my nickname for the knight. Okay? Now, in his position, he didn't like the fact I'm trying to take a 3-point knight, so he moves 2 pawns up to attack my 3-point bishop. Got to remember the value of the pieces. Rooks are worth 5, knights are worth 3. Michelle, rooks are worth 5, knights are worth 3, bishops are worth 3, queens are worth 9. The king is everything. Okay? It's like he's the whole bag of cookies. Okay? Now, I took the knight. He took it back. And now, check it out. He puts his bishop here. Now he's in a pin, as you said a second ago. Alex, very good. Thumbs up for that one. Okay? Now, when you have a pin, this is the plan you want to have. It's quite simple, actually. You want to pin it, hit it, and win it. Pin it, hit it, win it. Pin it, hit it, win it. You two say it for me. Pin it, hit it, win it. Say it. Pin it, hit it. Your lips are not even moving here. You're hiding it. Okay, now it sounds really silly, Alex, especially at your age, to say, pin it, win it, okay? But you know what? That is the plan. It is the plan. So when we pin a piece, you want to attack it again. That's what hit it means. So the knight comes up here. Now I got two attackers on the bishop. He's only got the one protector. He's got to protect it again, or I'm going to smash through. The knight will take, the pawn will take. Bam! Hello, Papa. How you doing? Knock, knock, knock. Okay. So he protects his bishop again. Pawn protects, the queen protects. Two protectors. I only have the two attackers. You have to have more attackers to win the battle.
You can put the queen over.
I'm sorry?
You can put the queen in.
Sure, I can put my queen in front of the rook and attack it that way. But I have an idea of later on for her, okay? Now, I brought my knight out to attack the pawn. Remember what I was saying about bait? I'm offering the knight as bait. If he takes, I take the queen. Bishop can't take back because it's pinned to the king. Okay? Just because you can take something doesn't mean you go, oh, I can take the piece. Let me take the piece and see what happens. Oh, I got checkmated. I wonder why. Okay? Okay. Now, he needs to keep the bishop protected, so he split his queen over. Now he was ready to take my knight. So I went knight here. Now look at this. I'm protecting my other knight. That one's protecting me. The rook's protecting the knight. The knight's protecting the pawn. Now, this position.
The bishop was protecting a knight in both plays.
Yes, it was. Okay, very good. Yes, indeed, the bishop protects. Now here, my opponent decided to play bishop back here to save his bishop. And I'll be honest with you. Okay, I'll be honest with you. A month before this game was played, I had an opponent who played this move in a game. Alex, pay attention up here. Okay. Now, a month before this game was played, I had an opponent who played this move against me. I had not seen it in a book in 20 years. I'll bet even your mom forgets things once in a while, okay? I'll be honest with you, I'd forgotten what to do against this move. I played a really good game, beat a very strong player, and I was very proud of myself and walked up to my room where my book that had this position in it was located and opened it up. Oh no, what I played was a mistake. It really was. I thought I played a really great game. But my opponent didn't know how to take advantage of the mistake, okay? So, I looked at the right way to play it, and I said, oh, okay. Closed my book, and I said, well, I haven't seen that move in 20 years. I won't see it again in another 20 years. I was wrong. A month later, a guy played the same move against me. And the funny thing is, as I was playing the game, this great grandmaster walks by, former U.S. champion named Shapovalov, Alex Shapovalov. And he knew this young man because he was an up-and-coming player. And Shapovalov, our game was being played right about here. The little pathway was right over there. Just about where those pictures over there are was where Shapovalov was standing. And Shapovalov is standing against the wall with a big smile on his face because he knows this young man did not know what to do when he played this move. Well, needless to say, whammo. Now he can't take with a bishop, because now I do this really wonderful trick. It's called a double check. The rook attacks the king, and the knight attacks the king. This is probably the strongest move you can do in chess, other than checkmate itself. Now, in this position, after he moves the king, which he has to do, he can't block the rook because he's still in check from the knight. He can't take the knight because he's still in check from the rook. Okay? So he would lose a lot of material if he took that knight with his bishop, because I would have won the queen. So in this position, he took with the king. Check it out. Okay? Now, he backs his king up to get away from me. By the way, the game is going to end very quickly. The pawn is about to come here, attacking the queen. Now he can't. This is funny how he could have lost real fast. Had he taken the pawn with his queen and said, check on my king,
The queen took it.
I would have taken. The bishop could have then taken. Checkmate.
Ow.
Look at this. Buried alive! Buried alive! His own pieces. You see how the knight helps? Okay, so he can't take that pawn with his queen. That was bait. I wanted him to take that pawn with his queen. He took this pawn. And that, my friends, turns out to be the fatal mistake. I take the bishop with my rook, protected by my knight, attacking the queen. The only safe square she has is back here. Now I went here with my queen, ready to come here, almost like that four-move checkmate you talked about, Alex. Checkmating the king in the corner. So that square must be protected. The only piece that can do that without losing material would be the queen here. And now comes the cruncher. Rook here, attacking his queen, threatening checkmate. He takes the rook. Queen checks. Queen blocks. Now we got a checkmate. Okay? And that, my friends, is the game. You got checkmate. Let's go back, Alex. We're gonna play. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna play you. Okay, we got it up.
So I started dancing when I was 2, and I'm in 7th grade, and I dance 5 days a week, and I love it.
I started dance when I was 3. I'm also in 7th grade, and I dance 6 days a week, and I also love it.
Hi, my name is Sophie. I've been at Allegra for about 4 years, and I love it here, and I do play chess.
Hi, I'm Christina Aiello, and I've been dancing at Allegra for as long as I can remember. I love all my teachers and all my dance friends. Everyone feels like family to me. My teachers are just amazing, and I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Hi, I'm Molly. This is my first year at Allegra, and I love it. All the teachers are so nice, and everyone is so nice, and our choreography is amazing, and I just love dancing here.
I'm Caitlin. I've been dancing at Allegra for 3 years, and I've been dancing since I was 5.
I'm Lily, and I've been dancing for 6 years at Allegra, and I love Allegra, and I would never change studios.
I'm Kimberly. I've been dancing since I was 2 and a half. I started Allegra when I was 4, and that's about 8 years. And I love Allegra, and I wouldn't go to any other studio.
Perfect.
Welcome to Allegra Dance Greenwich. Carrie and I, Emily Isidori, are the proud new owners of this establishment, which has been here for 43 years. Allegra prides itself on creating well-rounded dancers.
Each one, teach one. Mother and father and daughter and son. We gonna learn and plus have fun. Yes indeed, the time has come. Reach out to your neighbor, do something nice, return the favor. It's all good, we all get along. Clap your hands and sing along to the song. Young people, you ain't gotta do wrong. We can all do right, come on.